one touch and I'm lost inside your love. Just one touch means more than words can say. Just one touch and I know I'm gonna stay for always. Gypsy Road.
Holy shit, it's a Monday. And man, I'm actually excited for this show.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff we're going to go over. So right off the bat, I'm going to let people know in the chat right off the bat, there's going to be a lot of information today. So there's people who got wrenches that I trust to help me make sure we have a clean chat. Just because we got a lot of information to be given, and I don't need people to not listen to what we're about to say just because they're fighting with each other. Today is about joining forces, being one community, and having fun. Because there's a lot of information here, guys, and some of you might like the information. Some of you might not like the information. Some of you might say you're full of shit, and you got every right to say, if I'm full of shit, Bob's full of shit, it's fine. It's fine. But I got information about what the show is called today. It's breaking news. Mandela Effect name, the Mandela Effect name officially changed to Paranormal Effect. And we're going to get to the reason why it's titled that way, on how the name was one time taught to be changed in the past, and how certain groups ignored it. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into why certain groups ignored it, and really the origin of the name itself. What's with Nelson Mandela? Why was he even picked? Was he picked because was something real? Was it fake? Was it not? Or was it just for money? Or was it just to coin the phrase for a buck? We're going to talk about all of it. We're going to dive deep into this. Okay?
Deep divers.
This is a true research show today. This is a research show. I ain't just telling you shit just because, hey, I want 5,000, 10,000 subs today. Fuck that. We're going to tell you the truth. So what we're going to do differently today is we're going to do what the fuck news at the end, because there's too much stuff here to talk about. Way too much stuff to talk about. What we're going to do is we're going to skip to Grandpa's theme to get more people to come in. So once we're done with the Grandpa's theme, we're going to dive right into the Mandela Effect being changed to the Paranormal Effect. Is that fine with you, Bob?
Yeah, that's good with me. Now, guys, remember, I don't know anything he got in there. Now, I'm over here in Europe running around doing all kinds of shit. I just sit down like you guys do, and Eric's got shit lined up. So I get on maybe 5 minutes before, and he's like, okay, I got some stuff. I don't know what he's got. I don't know what it is. He just knows it's going to be good. You ready? I'm like, I'm on. We do things 100% organic, and there's no plan. There's nobody in the back curtain going, make sure you give them this message when they walk away. No, we don't. I don't know anything. No. So you know.
So that's how we're going to do it. We're just going to go to Grandpa's theme to get more people come in, because I don't want to talk in the middle of it and people say, what you're saying? Because they didn't hear the beginning of it. Yeah. So let's just hurry up and go to Grandpa's theme, and I don't want to say hurry up. Grandpa's an awesome guy. All right. Here's Grandpa's world. So we're going to go to Grandpa's world. And once we get more people in, we're going to start the whole conversation.
Nice.
I'm excited. I kind of don't want to do Grandpa's theme, Bob, but I don't want to go back and forth because people are coming in later. Because, it takes a little bit for people to come in.
Hell yeah. I want to hear this anyway.
Here we go. This is called 4 People Claim to Have Been Abducted. Okay.
Nice.
And like always, his episode is in the description. So if you want to hit his description, hit him up, sub the guy. He's a great person. And this, I'm going to say that I hate using this word, but he's a true American. This guy really represents what America's all about. an open-minded person.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to Grandpa's World. I'm Grandpa. Tonight we're going to do some California UFO sightings, aliens and abductions, part 10. This is a story about people who were abducted back in the late 1970s. There was a UFO event that only 4 people saw. These 4 witnesses gave very detailed knowledge as to what they had seen. These 4 people had driven to Sacramento, California from Reno, Nevada, where they went shopping and had gone to a New Year's Eve party together and were returning home that same night. They first spotted the UFO and guessed that it was around 35 miles away. The driver could see it clearly, and then he could see it in his rearview mirror for about 25 minutes. When the UFO came closer, the driver then saw that there were 3 lights attached to the underside of the craft. By now, all 4 of them could see the UFO as it was now following them and was very close. These people were scared, so the driver tried to drive faster to get away from it. Then another vehicle caught them and passed them, easily going over 100 miles an hour. And it did. As soon as they got to their house, they called the United States Air Force dispatch. Each person gave a full accounting of what they had happened. The Air Force never responded to the people, so they never found out what it was. The one thing that they could never figure out was the trip should have taken less than 4.5 hours, but it took them 6 hours. So they are missing an hour and a half. Why did it take so long to get home? I don't think they will ever know. When I had the idea of a New Year's Eve party, it might have been part of it. We don't know. But that's all from Grandpa's World tonight. Have a wonderful time. Don't forget to hit my like button, subscribe button, comment if you'd like to. Have a good one.
Cool.
Another time loss one.
Another time loss one. Yeah, it's another one of those was like they're in one spot driving, and then I had that. So I was not drunk either. When I don't drink and drive. So I'm gonna say that right now. I don't drink and drive. The other one's a joke. You know, you wake up in a bar, then wake up in another bar hours later. Like, what happened? I time traveled. But I have been on the road where I've lost time, and I've walked where I've lost time. I've even made a video about it. It's like I've just lost an hour and a half of time. What the fuck happened? And I just walked around a park. So I don't know. That's a good one. That's a good concept. But you know, Eric's locked into his thingy.
No, I'm tripping out on something.
A lot of anomalies going on, man. A lot of weird shit happening.
It's hard to it's hard to it's not really hard to explain, but here, maybe I could just show you. I was looking at my background. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry about this.
Is it paranormal?
Well, people are going to think I'm full of shit anyway. I mean, that's just...
Yeah,
you know.
that's my life.
Okay.
How I live my life.
Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. If you look above your head, it says breaking news, Mandela Effect word officially changed to Paranormal Effect. I originally wrote word, but I changed it before I even before I updated it. But it says word, it doesn't say name. And then what I mean is, if you go here, this is my picture. Mandela Effect name officially changed to Paranormal Effect, but above your head, it still says word. I never uploaded the word. I corrected it before, so I don't know how the picture just not took the change, and it still said the word.
The word.
You see what I'm talking about? Right after the word, Bob, Mandela Effect word officially changed to Paranormal Effect. It was called Amazing. If you look at my picture, I wrote amazing breaking news. Mandela Effect name officially changed to the Paranormal Effect. Even the title of the show is name and not word. But I don't know why the word is showing on top of your head. That's what I'm saying. I know. I think people think I'm bullshitting. I know, but somehow it didn't take. I don't know. I know. It's
I believe you. I believe you. I've had weird shit, dude. I've had nothing but weird shit happen, man. When I say weird shit, like I've got roommates and we have been going at it, like arguing about crazy shit that it's like we stopped. I finally said, gotta stop. Something going fuck on here, man. There's something really weird going on here. For example, I think I mentioned it. We're gonna head out to the park, group of us, and I was like, okay, dude, can you stop up by my room and grab my wallet? It's on my mantelpiece next to the bed. Sure, no problem. I got to take a piss anyway. So dude comes down and he's like, I fucking lost your wallet. I said, what do you mean lost my wallet? Check it. I swear to God, I'm not lying, dude. I'm not lying. The dude's like fucking like freaking out. I said, well, what do you mean? That's all the money we got is my money and I got no money. So we're going to starve. You got to find that wallet. And so the dude's checking the bags, checking everything. And I reached out in my pocket and I have sweats on and there's a wallet in my pants. I said, I got the wallet. I said, no, man, I didn't have the wallet. I said, the guy goes, no, I grabbed the wallet. I said, I know, because I didn't have a wallet. That's why I told you to get the wallet. But apparently I have the wallet. Well, and like the guy goes, no, I had it in my hand. I put it in my pocket. I come downstairs and it's gone. I said, yeah, it's gone because I have it now. But I didn't have it before. I told you, I don't know. We got another thing was about I have a book for my grandson. I got it. It's a kid's book. I have it sitting on a table piece, which you shouldn't put there. I pick it up. There's a coffee ring on it. And I said, who the fuck put a coffee cup on my kid's book, my grandson's book? Nobody has coffee. Nobody has coffee but me. And I go, but my coffee's empty. I said, there's a brand new ring on this thing. Somebody put a coffee ring on and nobody has coffee. One person has a cup of tea in another direction. I have tea. I go, this is clearly coffee and I'm the only one holding coffee, but my coffee's empty. Okay, I'm freaking the fuck out. I've been going on for several days. Weird shit. Weird shit. I'm just saying it. Okay, well, let's debunk it. We could already easily debunk it, but I don't know, man. Weird things. Weird things.
I know it is weird, and I had to I had to correct it. I had to put the other one back up because it's good. Those little things kind of bugs me, you know, when you have a certain word and it's not showing what you had in mind.
Yeah, you know,
you know,
having to put in new passwords all over again in my computer. I'm like, why would it all of a sudden did it reboot itself? Maybe it reboot. I don't know. There's like. I call it tail signs of a shift, but I like that word. I don't like using it. I don't like people fucking, oh, look, we shifted. All of a sudden, everyone's screaming about it. No, man, I don't know. I just feel like something happened.
Our good friend, maybe it's Mandela, me too, straight up paranormal stuff all week.
All week long, right? It's just, I mean, I got in arguments for things that didn't happen. And I'm telling the person, wait a minute, don't fight with me. Let's stop for a second. This might not have actually happened. Something's wrong. seriously wrong this week.
Right before I tell you we're gonna dive into the Mandela Effect, Paranormal Effect, but I do want to do a shout out to Shelly Morrison. It's time to wake up. How you doing? Had 24th anniversary yesterday and got some moon rocks. Yeah, life is good. Shelly, you know what? You and I got something that we're connected. This ain't paranormal. You said you're being married 24 years? In November is my 24 year.
Wow.
Yes, yes, I've been married for 24 years. I know. Time has gone by quick. Yes, people, I am not a lonely man that lives in a basement of somebody's house. I actually have a wife and kids, been married for 24 years, people. 24 years.
That's an accomplishment, man.
Accomplishment. That's why I want to shout out to Shelly. Congratulations. That's not easy. You know, I know, Shelly, I know you're a woman. I'm a man. One of the tricks for a man is when a woman thinks she's right, just let her think she's right. Just shut your mouth, walk away and say, honey, you're right. I'm sorry. And you're going to get farther in life, people. Because some people in life are not wrong. They could be wrong, but they're not wrong. So you play along. Oh shit, Zulu himself married 23 years.
23. We got a lot of 23s today. I got some 23s for you today, Zulu.
Yeah, I got that email from you about the 23.
Yeah.
So okay, here we go. Now I put a poll up to see about what people think about, and even a name change. Okay, what do they think about? Because this name change, this is not the first time. People, you might not have heard it before, but there was a time that they tried to push this in the past, and it got knocked down by certain people who they considered, Bob, as the leaders of the Mandela Effect for the community, as the leaders, and we'll get to them a little bit later. So I put a poll up, and I've been on the phones this weekend, Bob. I've been talking to people. I've been talking to a lot of your people who, when you first started out, to hear older people who've been in the paranormal, whatever, was in the Mandela Effect itself. And, do this big information gathering about, have you guys heard about this paranormal name change? Because why was I told this? Why was I not told this? What's going on? So I thought the best way to dive into this is, let's start with the origin of the name of the person. I got dates and times trying to find out, why was this guy chosen? Why is he the face of the movement, I guess you could say? Why is it called Mandela Effect, Because if you look at a lot of people's channels, Bob, I'm not going to name names. There's a lot of channel people. People need to wake up to Mandela Effect. Why aren't people waking up to Mandela Effect? Why are people afraid of the Mandela Effect? There's all these words, why, what, how come? And the answer is really right in front of you. Why people look at you like you're fucking crazy if you bring up the word Mandela Effect. Okay?
Right.
Now let me pull up the poll first. And this is kind of a shocking poll for me. Okay? Now this is the poll, and people still got time to vote. It's not coming down. Okay? So far 41 people voted. All right? Now, the poll is simple. It just says, are you happy with the name change for Mandela Effect to Paranormal Effect? 41% of people says yes. 44% says no. 15% says it doesn't matter at all.
Probably one of me.
Okay, now I was shocked by this, and I'll tell you why I'm shocked. I am shocked on how high the percentage is for the word yes. Okay, I voted yes. I never cared for the name Mandela Effect. I thought it was a cookie cutter name. It's kind of embarrassment to the real guy, Nelson Mandela. Okay. I was shocked because one thing you learn in life is that people do not like change. They don't. People hate change. So,
I voted.
Oh, you just voted? Okay, here.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Oh, you did. Oh, my shit. It's fucking tied. Holy shit. It's tied. But that's still going back to what I'm saying. It's still surprising that it's tied because people.
I like chaos.
And now people say it doesn't matter. It does matter, but you're right. In a lot of ways, you say it doesn't matter, but there's a lot of reason why it does matter, and we're going to get into it. We're going to get into right now the origin of Nelson Mandela first. Okay, now, Bob. I mean, in basic terms, I'm going to pull up his timeline. Who is Nelson Mandela? Not about him dying yet, but what was he?
He was a revolutionary that was fighting against apartheid, oppression in South Africa. And so he was in charge of a group, a militia, we would call it in the States. Guerrillas is another name for it in other countries. A freedom fighter group, whatever you want to call it, or as some people coin it, terrorist group. So people did die. They were children. There were women. That's what the media said. That's what the media told you. So I'm repeating what the media said about him. Was he those things? I don't know. He could have just been some schmuck that shined shoes they pulled out of a shop and said,
actually, this is why we're doing this show. He was actually a very intelligent man. He attended University of Fort Hare. So this man actually has a college education. So he's not just some dumb guy who wanted to be the leader to lead his people. He has some intelligence. Now, I'm not here to say that all because he went to college makes him automatically smart, but he did go to college. His parents, when a lot of African Americans weren't allowed to even go to school in their own country, which the British, I hate to say it, the British people trying to take over Africa. But, I mean, technically, the British made themselves prime minister of Africa. I mean, they took over and made themselves president and not even allow the people who live in Africa to even vote. So, I mean, it really is crazy. But he had like a forced marriage. We're not going to get into like the marriage stuff and all that. He has a Mandela starts law practice. He's actually an attorney. I'm saying he was an attorney. He was a very smart person. He just wasn't some dumb guy. That's why one of the reasons why he's so highly respected in South Africa. Now he's been arrested several times. He's been arrested for treason charges. Mr. Mandela was arrested at his home and charged with treason, along with 155 others who called for non-racial state in South Africa. What's pretty sad was, Bob, I'm almost guaranteed nobody has really ever digged into Nelson Mandela in the community. There might be a few, but I bet you people have never even digged into. It's like you're going to call yourself Mandela Effect community. What do you even know about Nelson Mandela? So if you don't know anything about him, this is our chance, guys. This is our chance, and we can see why this man was chosen. His name was chosen to be the leader of the Mandela Effect community. So this is the webpage. If anybody wants to read it themselves, I got the webpage in the chat. Okay, so here we go. So basically, he was standing up for his rights. It's basically like, hey, this is our country. We should be able to vote, you know. And this ain't nothing against. I guess it is against white people, white British people who think that, you know, they try to take over the world before. This ain't nothing new about the UK trying to take over the world. Bob's in the UK. Bob made the UK friendly to the world now. Thanks to Bob's hard work in the UK. The UK is such a wonderful place because Bob taught them how to smoke weed, how to drink beer, how to relax. You know, so Bob, you did a great job for the UK.
Yeah. Still taking over. I've invaded England. I'm probably one of the first. In fact, I am the first American person that has whatever effect you want to call this that has invaded England. I'm actually trying to take over. Yeah.
Now, he was acquitted of that treason. He wasn't in jail yet. He was acquitted. Okay. So, but Mandela forms the guerrilla army. So the guerrilla army, you know, Mr. Mandela and another ANC leader from the military wing called Amakonoto Sweezy. I don't know how to say that. Or Spirit of the Nation. Okay, that's an easier name. Spirit of the Nation. Thank you. Mr. Mandela becomes the first commander-in-chief of the guerrilla army. He will train to fight, work to obtain weapons for the group, and come to be known as the Black Pimpernel, but he will never see combat. Well, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of in war, your biggest leaders will lead the war, but they don't technically go down there and pull the trigger. Okay, they sit in the back, just like when you watch Games of Thrones or you watch any like Braveheart. Your top leaders sit in the back while the little people like us are the ones getting killed.
Yeah.
So that's not a stretch saying he never technically pull the trigger. He's a leader. Leaders don't really pull the trigger unless they surround you, unless you have to. I mean, that's all countries. That's just not Africa. That's America. Well, you think our commander in chief, Donald Trump, is ever going to go to the front lines? The fucking pussy.
He's never served the country in a day in his life. He's only ever served his pocketbook. Him and Biden both. They've only ever served themselves. They'll probably be knighted, Eric, by the Queen.
Yeah, it's sad. Now, Mandela arrested again. Mr. Mandela was arrested and returning to South Africa from a trip alone. At this time, his arrest, he has been living underground for 17 months. He's convicted of leaving the country illegally and incitement to strike and is sentenced to 5 years in prison. So basically, he gets in prison, but in 1964 is when he technically gets sentenced to life in prison, where he wasn't even allowed to. It's pretty sad. Where a lot of people, his family have died. He was never allowed to see his family. I think he had a son who died in a car crash. He wasn't even allowed to see his son. So the man has been punished. I mean, you got to give all the respect in the world to this guy. He actually went to jail for his cause. Now, and he's been moved around to so many prisons. Now, in 1985, he actually refused his pardon. The South African American prime minister, which was British, I hate to say it, was not an African-born person who's ruling the country, saying the government must. They were trying to give him an option to leave if he says a certain thing, to disown. But saying the government must, he said that the government must dismantle apparently or whatever. He said, no, you're not going to pardon me unless you do this first. And of course they did it. They kept him in prison. Okay. So the man had the chance to come out, but for his beliefs, he actually stayed in prison. Okay. He stayed. I mean, when I was reading all this, dude, I'll be first one to be honest with you. I'm not going to sit here and say I heard a Mandela Effect in the 80s. I have not. Okay. I never heard of him until the African rugby team won the Olympics, because Africa don't win medals. Okay. He took white Caucasians in his own country that was not born there, took the rugby team, and not like magic powder and stuff, to inspire him to help to win the nation, to show how we are unity. So he, again, using sports to help bring unity. Sports does bring unity. If you hate sports, I'm sorry. A lot of times, if you look at all the racist things that's happening in the world, if you look at Super Bowls, NBA championship, it's like the one thing that brings everybody together where they don't care about the color of your skin. I hate to say it, but it's true. And rugby did that and got his name out there in the press. Okay. Now saying that, now he meets with the African president. You can see a Caucasian, not a born person from his country, about changing some laws so he's able to run away, because he gets released. They release like 8 people in 1989 that Mandela didn't get released with the original 8, but other people that kind of got arrested about the same time he has, because there's people that have been in there 25 years, 29 years. And then he didn't actually get released until February 2nd, 1990. Okay. That's when he got released. Okay. And then you can see him proud for his country being released. And then there's a picture here of him voting. This is the first time he actually ever voted. This is the first time that in 1994, Bob, it was the first time that Africa was allowed an open, because before, African Americans who live in this country couldn't vote. I mean, it's pretty sad. Your own country couldn't vote. It wasn't until 1994 until they could have voted. So Nelson Mandela was able to vote, and of course, we know he won. Okay, he won. And of course, 1993, when he was working with the original prime minister, he won Nobel Peace Prize. Well, of course, I mean, I'm not saying they deserved it or not, but when you're trying to rebuild a country, it's an easy choice for
easy.
Now it's kind of fun.
Obama got one too.
Now, see this here in 1992. He got divorced from his second marriage, and I was reading it right. The reason he got divorced in 1992, I don't know why I'm bringing this up. I'm just bringing this up for the hell of it. is because she played around the field while he was in jail. Hold on. Listen, I'm just going to say, if you're in jail for 27 years, man, female, I'm sorry, you're going to cheat. You are. Now, he did get married for a third time, until he died. But I just read that about the second wife, and she led her own little army and stuff. So the second wife actually has a story of her own. She became powerful herself. But of course they got divorced. I mean, he was in jail for 27 years.
She was in charge of the soldiers. I think the soldiers made late night visits. Holler back girl. Holler back girl. Wait, how's that song go? I ain't no holler back girl. Apparently she was. Yeah.
So I'm just looking a little bit in the chat. I haven't been reading it. Some people said, damn, all life is a lie. I'm not here to tell you everything that's said in this timeline can be factual, because I wasn't there. We weren't there. But all because we believe in a certain a theme, it doesn't mean that's the truth and that's the lie. You have to hear all sides to everything before you can even really, really be true to yourself and say, this is why I believe in it. This is why you got to do your freaking research. You got to do your backing and all that. Now, okay. The Mandela Effect, okay. The reason that I've heard is the reason it's called Mandela Effect. It was coined. The name was coined by Fiona Broome, okay, in 1995, because she says that Nelson Mandela has died in the 80s. Okay, now thousands of people now are saying, and I'm saying they're lying or not, especially here in America, that they remember that. And I'm here to tell you, 90% of you are all bullshit. I'm sorry. A lot of you never even knew Nelson Mandela. Nobody was following the Africa politics during the 80s. I'm sorry, you weren't. Most of us were young teenagers, young adults. We didn't give a fuck on what's happening in Africa. I hate to say it, but it's true. So when people say, oh, I remember that. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, come on. Let's be honest here. We got to be honest. If you can't be honest, then listen, I told Bob I don't remember ever seeing Nelson Mandela dying, but I do remember Dottie having braces.
Yeah.
Okay. We do have different Mandela effects now. Okay. Now, he died in the 80s. Now, I'm going to say some stuff that might piss people off, might not.
Shit.
He never died in the 80s, in my opinion. Bob made a theory one time that they leaked out a fake story that he died. And guess what? I did my study. There's a guy. Let me find his name. There's a guy named James Gregory. He died in 2003. Okay. He was born 1941, 2003. Was the censor officer and prison guard of Nelson Mandela for many years of his captivity. Of course, he later wrote the book Goodbye Bafana. Okay, James Gregory. Of course, he died, but I made some phone calls. I talked to some of his people actually, and I researched, and there's actually some people who know him. I actually talked to a couple people. Okay, he in fact was an officer while Nelson Mandela was in prison. Okay, now Nelson Mandela still had power while he was in prison. There was people still protesting against the government, saying we want him out. This man's been in prison, and it's like what happens now in jail. There's people running criminal crimes from jail. The mafias, the Mexican mafia, the Hindu mafias, everything is run from jail. Okay, now a lot of you might not know this. Did you know that he did get sent to the hospital while he was in prison.
What? No way.
Why, Bob? Why did he get sent to the hospital in prison?
Didn't he have like tuberculosis? Oh, I remember him having tuberculosis.
No, he did. He did end up dying because of that. But here, let me find it. No, that's not the reason why he went to. Let me see if I can find it here. I had it here. Transfer belief. Famous official later says it was here. It was here in the timeline. Mandela was okay. In 1985, November 28th. Now, Bob, you
Yes.
said something that you thought when you heard this story about him dying, and you remember that I was snowboarding. Okay, this
I don't
story
remember.
in November 28, 1985, during sometime in December, I was snowboarding, and this is where I'm bringing this together, people. This is where I'm bringing this together. Okay, and South Africa Minister of Justice visits Mr. Mandela, who was in the hospital undergoing surgery for an enlarged prostate. Secret negotiations. He had a large prostate that he had to get released. Now, and there was underground underground surgery. It was considered an underground surgery. Now, well, continue for years without the public's knowledge. During this time, Mr. Mandela will be taken on a secret excursion outside the prison wall so he can reconnect with the world. Okay, so for years, will continue for years without public knowledge. Years. So people never saw it. So the person that I talked to who was in with why did I pull up Joe Biden? Oh, that's the article that Bob sent me. Where was it? James Gregory. No, James Gregory. The riots were exploding. So when he was in the hospital, they took the opportunity to just one news person, just one news group, just one little small news group to say, oh, he actually died in the surgery. And you never saw him for years. So he died in surgery. It was just a small little news group. But later, the group of James Gregory said, in Africa, that story was debunked that he died. Okay? But that little news story somehow got attention to a small news group in the United States of America. It wasn't CNN. It wasn't Fox News. And they gave some information that they said he died. It was false. It was not. He did not die. And they kept him they kept him from seeing anybody for years. And that's why nobody saw him for years, because they kept him and the word out. And now, Bob, you said you saw that small little article that law news now was in December, and that timeline was 1985. So you are correct. There was small, but what people are not saying, there was articles. There was not articles, but it was taken down. But there were people coming out and saying that was debunked. But the debunk story never reached America, because why? Why, people? It wasn't a big enough story, because he never died. It was debunked. It was a surgery for prostate. He had an enlarged prostate, and it even says right there he hasn't been seen for years until they showed him back to the world, because they wanted to diffuse the protest that was going on.
Oh.
If people don't want to believe me, you don't have to fucking believe me. But you got to wake up sometimes and really follow the source. Like we're always telling people, follow the source, do your research, get names of the guards, find the people who work with them. And the group that worked with the officer, prisoner, did say they used it. Now, we had a person on our show, on this show, I'm not going to give that person's name, who said she was over in Africa when this happened. Okay? On this show, it said this. I did my research. I looked up the name. It was never even in the fucking country. during that time that person said on my fucking show that said she was there was not there. It was a fucking lie. She lied to me. She lied to you. She lied to everybody in the goddamn Mandela Effect community. She fucking lied. She was never in that country. I looked it up. You can look up. You pay some money, call. They'll let you know who flew where. Lied. Was never wrote it. They just used it. Only used it for their own fucking channel, trying to get subscribers. That is wrong.
I don't want to be lied to anymore.
And you fucking do that. It was wrong. It was a fucking lie. And she did it on my show. So fuck you for lying.
Damn it.
It's one thing to say you believe a story or not. It's one thing to say you wrote a story about it yourself when you were over there. And you were never even over there. Listen, you can research. There's names of people who went to other countries who were allowed to certain areas. And you think in a prison that a person that they hide away who's this high importance, they're going to let some regular American to walk in and write a story? Fuck no. Bullshit.
Yeah, famous dictator. Anybody can just walk in and fucking get a story. Excuse me, I'm from America. I don't really have a real education in whatever's, but I have a press badge and I made it myself out of crayon. May I please interview Nelson Mandela?
Yeah.
Of course you can. Come on in. All of you, just come on in. It's no problem. You can interview him in a highly secured prison. Hello, Clarice.
Well,
welcome to my case.
I mean, if you're going to come on my show and say you really did something and like flying out of the country and you never even did, I mean, I'm sorry. That's just... Listen, I try to believe everybody who comes, but do your research, follow your source, follow that person who said it, because you know what, they could be lying to you. I mean, I got some more stuff coming up, but I'm going to read some stuff from the chat to see if anybody got anything interesting before I go into Fiona Broome. Okay, most feed is from media, regardless what country lies for whatever agenda. You are 100% correct. All countries lies, and they only allow certain kind of news to come out. Listen, we watch BBC News. I'm going to give an example of what he's talking about. I was watching BBC News because American news sucks. BBC News was showing that in China, everybody is getting vaccine shots. Yeah. In America, there's nothing about it here. Nothing about China. All these citizens are getting shots. Why not in America? All they're talking about is the presidents running for presidents. Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Nobody's talking about hundreds of people lining up to get these shots and protect themselves. They choose to what they want to tell you, what they want to show you. Okay. Now, here we go. Nobody is allowed to profit from demise. Oh yeah, it's allowed, but they do it. Hey, you just watch what Fiona Broome. You wait till I get to her. You wait till I get to that bitch. Okay? Do you ever dream again that you're trying to get in a sense of fear seeking?
All the time.
All the fucking time.
Especially in the red light district. I have that.
25 years house arrest. Now, that could be another story itself. Maybe he was never technically in prison. I can't prove that. I'm just going off what I was told. But all the facts that I could gather, okay, and my facts that I'm gathering is he never died in prison at all. It was a hoax to stop the protesting, which it does happen. I mean, when the Rodney King beating was going on, they got him from jail to speak up to try to make people stop. They do things like this. I'm sorry, they do. Okay, he had a fucking big funeral. Hey, you might think he had a funeral, but it was all a hoax. Okay.
I don't remember a big funeral.
Let's go. Wonder why she did that. Remember. Okay. So here we go. Okay, now Broome. Let me share my screen. Let me find Broome up here. I have so many tabs up. Let me see here. Hold on. I know. I had to get all this stuff, and like I said, Bob, all this information I'm giving about the hoax and all that, I got from real people. James Gregory's family. I make when I make phone calls, people. I make phone calls. Bob remembers I called from Africa. I called Africa when we were kids to find out that Peter Tosh died before the public knew.
Damn right.
I investigate this. I investigate this shit. Okay, because I don't like people lying and stuff.
Ain't no child's games here.
Here we go. Here we go. Well, here. Let me just. Okay. Now, Fiona Broome. You know what's funny? No, hold
What's
on.
funny?
Okay, Fiona Broome is she's a paranormal expert. Yeah. She calls herself a paranormal expert. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go through her whole website and stuff, but she credits herself for all these TV shows that are on now about ghost hunting. She says all that information on how they ghost hunt really came from her and her books and stuff. And first, I hate when people try to take credit for every good thing. Like I consider myself a ghost historian than a ghost hunter. Okay, she's a ghost historian. Listen, I don't have a problem with people. I love paranormal. I believe Mandela Effect is the paranormal. I mean, paranormal is unexplainable things. Mandela Effect is unexplainable. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But this person, like reading her stuff, I began to write my ghost-related website in the mid-'90s, my website where many of today's ghost hunting TV stars first developed their skills. So she's saying these TV shows developed their skills because of her. You know what? She's a fucking lying little bitch, because everybody started to learn their paranormal skills from the Warrens, not from her. Ed and Lorraine Warren. They're the ones who did the first investigations. They're even the Conjuring movies. I'm not saying the Conjuring movies are 100% true, but those movies were based on stories from Ed and Lorraine Warren. They had Bob. Remember the Conjuring? How they had tapes and all that. They're the ones who started the recordings, everything. So to say that SARS developed their skills, like from me, that is just full of shit, and she should be recognizing the true people who really started the new era of, hey, we should investigate the paranormal.
Damn right.
And Ed Lorraine and Ed, remember, he was a demon hunter. He went to college, studied religion and all that. So these people really studied. This person, all she does is write fucking books. In 1995. Okay, in 1994, when she was doing her website and a book, she needed an idea, like a word to coin. Okay, her publisher, and fuck, I left the name upstairs. Fuck it, I don't care. Who cares? Who cares about the publisher? You look it up yourself.
Who cares?
The publisher of the book that was helping her with the books and was helping her with the website, and I had a conversation with people that are kind of close to them. Let me just say, they needed something to coin, a phrase that one thing to get them more views, to get them more subscribers, to get them more money. They said, hey, remember that small fake story about Mandela Effect, about Nelson Mandela, that he died but he didn't? Because most Americans don't even know this, and I got this from this group. They was telling me that there was a discussion about this. There was a fucking discussion saying 90% of Americans and UK don't even really know who Nelson Mandela really is. So we could pull this off and everybody's going to believe it.
Easy.
I
would do it too.
So Fiona Broome, hey, she's a fraud on this. They knew they were just trying to find a sexy name of coin that nobody really is going to research. And you can research. Nobody cared to research because, hey, Mandela Effect, we got to get people to open up. Nobody even look at the original name, even want to do the research. This show is about research, people. Research. Study, follow the goddamn source. So now, does this make a difference? The Mandela Effect or the future of changes? No, that doesn't change none of that. That doesn't change Dottie. It doesn't change none of that. But what it changed for me is this was all for money. It was all for just coining it. And it's like, if they would have called it Dottie Effect, I would accept that 100% because I know Dottie had braces. I know she did because
Dolly had
my own
braces.
eyes. But the problem is why they don't do with Dottie or stuff like that, because there's too many Americans, too many UK saw these. It's too easy to know the truth or debunk or any of that. But Nelson Mandela is a hard one because it was in Africa. Most people haven't been in Africa. And then after all that, then of course there's stories and people came out and said, oh, I remember that. I wrote books of stories when I was over there. And they were never over there. If you watch a show and the person says she was over there when it was happening, research that person. Find out that person really went to Africa. It's not hard to research, people. So Fiona Broome, listen, she's a great writer, paranormal, but the whole Mandela Effect, and she wrote multiple books about it. I mean, let me see if I could get into her books.
Money.
Books from Fiona Broome.
More money.
She's got
more money.
And look, she's got books that's called Mandela Effect. More, hold on. She's
the name.
Yes. I was trying to where is it? I was trying to click on the name. Her book is called The Mandela Effect. She wrote newer books because she was basically trying to develop a cult around that name. And
how many books?
Okay. Now I know a lot of you are like, what does it matter? What? Hold on. What does he say? Yes, that's why the huge feel. James Bond. Yeah. But they don't want to use Dottie because they know too many people saw a Moonraker. People our age saw Moonraker. Okay.
Yeah.
Most people never saw Nelson Mandela, so that's an easy one to wrap this whole cult around. And then later on, there was a request, Bob. There was a request.
What?
From Nelson Mandela's group. Okay, to whatever reason they thought certain people were leading the Mandela Effect community, that these certain groups are the leaders, to say, hey, can we change the name from Mandela Effect to Paranormal Effect? All right, they had some other ones, but the Paranormal was the number one choice because they said it was degrading what a great leader Nelson Mandela did, and there was no evidence at all that he died. It was said on purpose to stop protesting to a small news group. It wasn't on a big news group. That's why nobody saw it on CNN or Fox, because Nelson Mandela was just a jailed person. He wasn't like he didn't become like a god idol. Maybe to his own country he was, to the world, until he became prime minister. When he became prime minister, then people learned what Nelson Mandela really did. Before that, while he was in jail, the world could give a shit about him. Only
they put a flag on it. It's easier to put a flag on it. So the way it works in a court of law is that once you find one flag, if you put one flag on one person, everything's in doubt. Everything. So when you have something like the name Mandela Effect, when did he or did he not actually die? Was it a fake funeral? Was it a mistaken paper article on a fake funeral? Whatever the point is, it sets the first flag up. Then from everything down, everything's knocked down like a set of dominoes. So when the person comes up and says, man, I swear to God, Dolly had braces. I remember braces, obviously. Once you say I'm a Mandela affected person and I remember Dolly had braces, you're automatically put a flag on yourself. You put a flag on yourself. Oh, you're one of those. I'm not one. What do you mean one of those? You're one of, no, forget him. I don't know anything about him. I know that she had you immediately fucked yourself. It's just, it's like, and I don't use that name.
And people are right also with Fiona Broome here, like she added an E. Actually, Mandela Mile. People do remember her last name Broome, and then there's an E. E. And the story goes, we could do a whole show on her fake name change, that she erased a lot of her past reference with the M and added the E to have that ME look like on her name.
Yeah,
That is a hoax. She added that. That was there was no Mandela Effect in her name. She did it on her
Smart though.
It's easy to fool people. Okay? Now I'm not here saying Mandela Effect's not real because the meaning behind it is real. Things have changed. That's a fact. But everything with this woman, and then later on, they when they try to get this name changed, Fiona Broome wouldn't change it. Her publicist says no. The name. You guys never coined the name Mandela Effect, so we're gonna keep the name so she can write her books. And so they denied the change. They didn't give a fuck. Fiona Broome and her people at the bookstore did not give a shit about Nelson Mandela, everything he's done. They denied the request to have the name change. To me, once I learned all this, I'm sorry. The man was great. The man did great things for his country. And it's like people think, well, it doesn't matter. Listen, if it was your name and they took your name and they drug it out, and where now when people hear this word with your name in it and considering you wacko and crazy,
yeah,
trust me, you would think different. You would think different. Don't act like you want it. People don't come here and act like no, I wouldn't matter. If they drag your name out and now everybody hears your name, creating like you're a nuthead. Yeah, you will want to change too. That's all I'm getting at. You will want to change too. Okay, now so this group again later on try to reach another group in the community who they consider are leaders, which there are no fucking leaders. You are the leader. Everybody in the chat, all you fuckers, you are the leader in the community. There is no leader. You have your own mind, your own thoughts. Don't ever let anybody tell you who you should look up to, who you should respect, and who tells you the truth. Because only you know the truth, people. I want you to hear that. You are the leaders, not them. But let me take this off.
Until I become king, and then you guys are all going to bow to me.
Okay, let me go here.
Later,
now,
though.
Group. I'm going to show you two pictures. Now, I'm not afraid to show these two people. These two people were contacted because for some reason they're considered the Mandela Effect leaders of the world. Them and Fiona Broome. And you're acting like, Eric, you're joking. I'm going to tell you something. Hey, Bob, you know what happens if you type in Fiona Broome in the Google? Do you consider Google search one technically the most powerful?
Right up to the top. So does his. Both of their fucking faces come right up. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
Look. Fiona Broome is Cynthia Sue Larson. Wow, dude, I didn't know Cynthia Sue Larson and Fiona Broome. And guess what? Fiona Broome and Cynthia Sue Larson, what do they have in common? They have books. They got the word Mandela Effect books. They got I'm not making this shit up. What'd she say? Cynthia Sue Larson changes to Larson, then back to Larson recently for me.
That's a good one.
Okay? Now, I'm not saying,
put that back up. I want to keep that up for a little bit.
I'm not saying that yeah, I am saying. So when they brought up, let me take that picture off. Let me go back to the picture of the two wonderful people here. When it was brought up to them, because they writing books about Mandela Effects and the quantum change, these great. You know what they did, Bob? When they were, they're going to deny it. They're going to deny that no organization ever contacted them to change the Mandela Effect name. Guess what they did? They started the very first International Mandela Effect Conference about 3 years ago. Instead of doing the name change, they knew there was a threat that this name could be changed, but it was already in their fucking books. So they started the Mandela Effect Conference to start brainwashing the world. And all you guys right now are thinking, you're lying. If I'm lying, then why did that motherfucker right there, that guy with the thumbs up, why did he come out in a space suit? Why? He was laughing in your fucking face. And then you listen to this conference. Did they ever talk about Mandela Effect itself? No, they did not. She talked about, I was hungry one time and I felt a magical thing. I opened up my fridge. There was a pile of food just for me. What a sack of shit. Here we are talking about changes, about braces and stuff, and these people are talking about being astronauts in fucking outer space, and she's talking about magical food like there's God. You know, God must have put this. Or no, I don't know if they're.
No, Eric, you got it wrong. She. Remember, she's got the what they call it, the Jesus. They've all got Jesus in them. They've got the Jesus thing. They're all Jesus. That means every one of them is Jesus. That means if they want to manifest a sandwich, they can manifest a magic sandwich.
And the thing is, and they're all in on it. The big ones. They're trying to change the big one. Now they're going to come out and they're going to debunk me. They're going to say I'm a liar. I'm stupid. And I'm like, guys, go out, do your research, check it out. It is there. It is there. And then you know what I hate about? You know what also I hate about? That pisses me off.
Wow.
When people come out, they disown the conference, right? They disown it, right? Wow. But they pick and choose who are the people that they can really trust in that conference, but who is all there. Dude, you can't disown the whole conference and give people free passes because they were on that show. These are the biggest money maker scammers that we have fucking seen, and we bought into it. Everybody's buying into it. You know what? To the point where I am not. As fucking today, I will never be using the title Mandela Effect again. I'm going to be calling them, I'm personally going to be calling it the Paranormal Effect. I'm going to accept the ask of the change. I'm going to do it for myself. I am going to change it for myself because it is the paranormal. Ask you guys this. How many YouTube pages, guys? How many YouTube pages have you seen written? People need to wake up to Mandela Effect. Bob, how many of those you've seen? People need to wake up. People are not waking up. Why aren't they seeing the truth? You know why? Because as soon as you say, hey, Bob, I did a test this weekend, right? I went to the movies twice because the movie theaters opened up. I went to a guy, and I said, an older guy, because I know older people probably saw Moonraker, not younger people, because I'm not stupid. I'm not going to go to a young guy. Because I know a young guy did not see the James Bond movie Moonraker. I go,
not everyone shot, yeah.
Do you know that Dottie? Do you remember Dottie having braces? The guy goes, yeah. Then I said, yeah. Do you know the Mandela Effect? And he looked at me like, you're fucking crazy. Like, oh my god, he's walking away, right? So this guy did. He's looking at me like, you're a fucking nuthead. You don't. Okay. Now I went to another guy. Same thing. I said, instead of saying Mandela Effect, I go, have you ever heard of the Paranormal Effect? So, oh, what's the Paranormal Effect? It's when you can't explain on a chain. And this guy, listen, people will listen to you more if you say Paranormal Effect versus Mandela Effect. Do your experiment. Try it out. I guarantee you could wake up more people if you start using Paranormal Effect or any other name if you want. But the Mandela Effect name has been created for money, and now it's been created to be used by the governments, by all the countries, all the elite people to make fun of you with this name because you're taking a good man's name and they made it into a nut job and it was all done for money. Now, if it was Dottie Effect, I would back that shit up and say fuck the government and all that. But Mandela Effect was created. The name was created for money. It was a false. It was fake. Nelson Mandela never died in the 80s. It was all made up by a small news story, which a lot of people saw the news story and was debunked right away. But Fiona Broome and their people don't talk about that it was debunked days after that news came out.
Yep. I'm with you, dude. I'm loving this.
I did my research.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm fucking tired of people choosing who's at that conference to say, well, that person didn't know. That person didn't know. They all fucking knew. But it's all about money, guys. It's a money thing. Yeah. The saddest thing about this whole thing is things are changing, and we don't know why. But we got these conferences, we got these groups that we consider leaders of the people don't give a shit about the changes. They're just cared about their money and their books with the word Mandela Effect in it. If you don't believe me, do your own research.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. It's good. It's good information. Yeah, I did my own little fun stuff. Mine's different. My research is just I'm creating. I like to create bad stuff. So I have numbers and shit like that just for the fun of it. I like to create the rabbit holes. So but yours is better.
Look, it's the picture of Nelson Mandela, dude. And the chicken's got eggs. What? A magical eggs just going to appear? Nelson Mandela was a great man who did great things for his country. And you're disgracing his name. You're making him into a nut job. Dude, this right here, this is disrespectful.
Well, they're also a nonprofit. Now, remember, people understand it. Nonprofits mean they get it's religious status. Now, all churches are nonprofit.
Right. And they claim it as a nonprofit because they create like a around it and they're getting tax-free money. And they won't tell you this. They won't tell you this. Dude.
It's nonprofit. That means they've got a tax exempt. That means as long as you fit the criteria, people. Now, I went and talked about with the last show with the cults. I myself can go out and create I can create a cult if I want to do. I joke about it as a lighthearted joke. That way people from both sides can have fun with it. If I want to do a cargo cult with Juan Torres over here, we want to do a cargo cult together. All Juan and I have to do is come up with a book, talk about his bamboo fucking his DC-10. I'll have my 747, you know, and 737 and all the different planes made of bamboo. We come up with a book. We come up with a philosophy and religion, and I can get a nonprofit. Boom, done.
Hey, Bob,
give me money.
Now, Bob, I'm going to say Alex Tingy wrote Mandela Effect is a better name than Dolly Effect. And I'm not saying the name's not sexy. The name Mandela Effect is a sexier name than Dolly Effect. I'm not saying that.
There on purpose. It's a misinformation name.
What I'm saying is they're basing this whole change that we've all experienced to a name that is false, and they knew about it, but they claimed it just for money. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That, yes, Mandela Effect is a better name than Paranormal Effect. It sounds sexier, but it's based on false facts that was just used for money. And I like what Torres says, what a little research does. Yes, you follow your source. And dude, you can't pick and choose the people you want to say, well, they didn't know about this in the conference. You can't do that. If you're going to say the conference is a false, everybody's involved. No,
they wrote
they
all wrote up.
They all have books.
Books. I write a fucking book. It's a fucking book, man. If you're writing a fucking book, you're making the fucking dollar. And the best way to do it is get it tax exempt. So I'm not going to put, I think they're necessary evil. I don't give a shit about them. They keep the fucking, I'll laugh at the people. They go to their.
Look at this picture, Bob. This is why I'm laughing about this fucking picture.
Oh my God.
She has the picture of the Bearstein books, right? So everybody has, not everybody, but there's a strong percentage of the community that has experienced the Bearstein name change, right?
Yeah.
She's taking a picture next to the Bearstein bears, right?
Weird. Yeah.
Did she at all, anybody in the chat, did she at all in the conference ever talk about the Bearstein change? Did she? Did she talk about anything that's about truly a Mandela Effect change, like Dottie or the song Painted Black? Did she? No, she did not. But she's taking a fucking picture with something that she never talked about. She talked about food being appeared in her fucking refrigerator. And this person is making money off of you because now you're looking at this picture like, oh my, she gets the Mandela Effect. No, if she got it, they would have talked about the Mandela Effect at the fucking conference.
That's Fiona Broome, right?
Oh, that's Fiona Broome.
Okay.
Well, it has to be.
When I look it up on Google, I see her, so that's Fiona Broome. I want to make sure we're talking about Fiona Broome.
Well,
yeah.
Look.
Fiona Broome, yeah. I want to make sure we're talking about Fiona Broome.
Yeah, I guess it is. I wonder why. Because they're all in on it, people. That's why Google search shows her face to Fiona Broome. They're all in on it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm with them. I light a candle to the astronauts every night because they're the angels. The astronauts are the angels. You guys, some of you guys in Cyber just don't understand that the astronauts themselves are angels that come from the heavens, and they fly down and they talk to the quantum businessman.
Yeah, the man who walked out in a space shoot, and dude, you don't even have to be a flat earther or a round earth person. What does the fucking space shuttle shoot have anything to do with a Mandela Effect conference? Can you tell me, Bob? What does it have to do with it? It's not a flat earth or round earth thing at all. But what did it do?
It's just making fun of flat earthers. They're making fun of flat earthers. They're making fun of everybody. They're mocking everybody. They're having a great time with it. They're having a laugh. They're just taking your fucking dollars, taking your pennies, pissing in everybody's faces. They're just trying to they're trying to lead the sheeples in a direction that they want to lead them. And it's working. You know, I hate to say it this way, but it's working. So what they're doing is effective. It takes a little bit of people like you and me to come out and just try to do a debunk, but I don't know if it's even going to work. You know, at this point in this whole thing, we do the best we can.
I can't enlarge the picture. I'm trying to enlarge Fiona Broome's picture. I can't enlarge it.
I don't want to see that woman.
I know. But what I'm trying to get is she looks nothing like Carson. So why is her face on her name?
Yeah.
Ask yourself, why? Look at her picture. She looks nothing like her.
Yeah. I got Nelson Mandela stuff. I got let me see. So apparently I'm going to be honest with you guys. Now, again, as a disclaimer, when I talk about things, I always say it like this. I do have a medical condition, which means I have basically like I have an amnesia thing. So I can only remember bits and pieces of each day. I've had it my whole life, but I've gotten by just fine with writing shit down. All of a sudden, there's this weird thing that just happened. When I was doing my research on Nelson Mandela Effect, his death, all of a sudden, 1985 was pounding every other thing. It was 1985. I go, well, I remember everybody talking about 89, maybe 90, 87. There's all 88, all these numbers, but never a concrete number. But now 1985 is everywhere. And I go, well, when did this 1985 like 100%? 1985 is now the deciding number when he died. And everyone watched the fucking funeral in 1985. I go, when did that happen? And a lot of you guys out there were talking about.
And for that, when you saw that on the news channel, was it CNN? Was it a major news? Was it a small one, right?
There was just multiple. I mean, when you bring it up, like anything you bring up, I always look for what's the first one on Google. Google's the biggest, whatever. The whole comic book for me. So within the algorithms of whatever this thing is, it wants to put 1985 into your head. So 1985 keeps popping up, and it never did before. So those of you that are researchers, put it in, and you're going to say, wait a minute now. I've done research on this several times, and there's never been a 1985 keep popping up so much.
I know. And people, just look at this picture. Look how fake those beams are. That is not real beam from the sun. They planted that into this picture. They created this look to make it look like, remember that guy right there, that nice cut hair? That was the guy who did a show on talking to trees. Affection. Yeah. So this guy's really Mandela affected. These three people are your face of the community. These people. And you're
the face of the community.
You're saying I'm crazy?
I want to hang out with them. I want to grab a couple of beers and hang out with those guys. I want that picture on my mantelpiece.
That's just fucking embarrassing. They're fucking disgracing Nelson Mandela.
The guy's head, man.
You're disgracing him. That is great. Dude, and they were asked to change the name and they want to do it. You're talking about white pride, white Caucasians that trying to rule the world. You got it. There's the community. They won't even change it. They're disgracing an awesome African American person who fought for his country, who did it, and they're disgracing the guy. That is a disgrace.
Yeah. Very good, man.
I'm serious. They should be fucking ashamed of themselves. And they were asked before to do any conference to change the Mandela Effect name. And they said they started a conference and they put a red tab on them to disgrace the man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fucking stupid ass asshole people. That's white privileged people did this. Look at that.
They're just beautiful people. Look at that. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Fucking joke.
No. Yeah, that's I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I get everybody. I'm like you guys, it's all new for me. I'm just me and Eric coming. I'm like, okay, what do you got, Eric, on Nelson Mandela? So we got Eric's got a lot of things. He's talking about the conference people, which it's overdue. It's overdue. I just turned 50 on Saturday, so I'm 50 right now. So I'm in a good mood to tear some shit up. So fuck it. For my birthday, I'm gonna go ahead and call these guys a bunch of fucking frauds.
Everybody, read what this man did. Read what this man did and how he actually went to a hospital to remove a large prostate, and that's when they used that he died, and then he was banished for 2 years. They did it on purpose to defuse the crowd outside and to fuck with the world and people making money off of what happened. And this guy made president. They're making money off of him. It's pretty sad. It's a disgrace. I'm serious. It is a fucking disgrace.
It's sad. That's what they do. People are con men. They're especially during this time. People are experiencing an anomaly. We call it an anomaly. Most of it can be debunked. Some of it can't. That's what I always say. Some of it cannot be debunked.
But Mandela himself it's been debunked. They even came out of a story 2 days after they said he died that he did not die. He was actually in surgery, and they hid him away for 2 years because there was too many people still seeing him, and they needed to get the protests dying down. Because remember, they had major civil protests. Yeah. This man was still an idol behind it. And like, to make it simple terms for people trying to understand this, the Batman, it wasn't about Batman being a hero to people. The suit Batman was to represent of an idea, of a thing that if you do this could happen to you. This would happen. Yeah. That's what the Batman suit was meaning. It was to scare people. That's what they did with Nelson Mandela, saying he died during that, to scare people, saying, "Do this," and then they came out. So I'm hoping that try to break it down for some people. Yeah. I don't know if it does or not. I know people are thinking I'm crazy. I know these people here, they're gonna say, "No, we were never contacted. We were never this." They're gonna say this. So I don't know, Bob. I don't know. All I'm gonna say is, you're yourself. Don't choose a leader. You yourself is a leader. Enjoy yourself. And you're asking, and people say this all the time. Why aren't people waking up? Why aren't people? Because everybody knows the name is being disgraced, and they're looking at the name as a joke, and they're never going to take you seriously. If you want to truly wake up people, you're going to not have to use the name Mandela Effect. When I went to the one person and talked about Dottie, and when I used the word paranormal effect, they listened to me. But as soon as another person, when I used the word Mandela Effect, they were not. You truly, if your goal is to wake up people, you shouldn't use the Mandela Effect. Now people say, well, it's already been used. Dude, that's the same fucking argument on why the government's never going to change, because we're already programmed. The only two-party system we can have in America is Republicans and Democrats. And that's it. And guys, did you get your ballots? Did you know there's 6 people names are on running for president? There's 6 people with different parties that are not Republicans and Democrats. And on the bottom, there's a write-in. There's a write-in. But if you ask people on the streets, Bob, if you ask people, do you wish there's outside parties? Because, yeah, I wish there's more people running for president than than the two parties. And if you open up the ballot, there are. But you're programmed to only think we're being run by a two-party system. That's the problem with everybody. And that's the problem with this world is we're not opening up. And to open up people, you have to understand your surroundings, okay? You have to learn your surroundings. Bob, when you go hunting in the woods, when we were hunting as a kid, when you try to hunt for deer, if you're not a deer hunter, people, I'm sorry. You look at the area that you're in. You're looking at evidence of animals being here or not being here. You look at if there's water. So what I'm saying is you adapt to your environment so you can have a better hunt, okay?
Yeah, you adapt to your environment.
You know what I mean? So to wake up people, you have to adapt to the environment that we're in to wake up more people. I had on this show alone, we have had several people who never been on a Mandela Effect show at all, who went on my show because they thought that we're an open paranormal show, and they came on, like Biz himself, that does an awesome Walking Dead show, came on our show, not because we didn't call the show Mandela Effect. We call another name and open him up by not even using the word Mandela Effect. Now, we did say that's what the Mandela Effect world is. We woke people up on this show, and we never even used the word Mandela Effect in our wordings. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Adapt, overcome. Don't mind me, Eric. I'm heating up water. I'm right here. I'm still here. I'm heating up my. I took a long nap. I'm grabbing coffee.
No, I'm having fun. I always say, travel the source, look at the source, and when you get, I don't care if they're guests or not, you respect them or not, research everybody. You guys should all be researching me, okay? Researching me, research Bob, research this. But the problem is, as soon as you say something that these other channels don't agree with, they don't want a name change because they already have books. What they're going to do is they're going to call you a liar. They're going to try to debunk you. And listen, I am not here to say Mandela Effect's not real.
I'm a liar myself. I'm a liar. I'm making coffee.
Okay? I truly believe that things have changed. Names have changed. I know that in Star Wars that it was said, Luke, I am your father. I believe that 100%. Luke, I am your father. Now, I am not 100% on the silver leg. I've always believed he had a silver leg. That's me. I believe that. But I also believe that it was always said, Luke, I am father. So I am not making fun of the Mandela Effect and stuff. What I'm saying is the word it was requested to me to change it, and I am accepting that change. I am taking the Mandela Effect word out, paranormal. I'm not going to be like these fucks that write books and use the names for their own money, that these fucks that you're seeing right there are not willing to change it. Instead, they laugh in the face of the change, created a conference, and you think I'm lying? Just watch the conference. Tell me one thing that was Mandela Effect in that conference. Tell me. And I asked these people for me to be on that show. And then I was invited to do next year's. You know what? Fuck you. I am not going to do next year's. In fact,
I'll do it.
Fuckers, no, Bob. You can't do it. You can't do it. When these
I'm going to be honest, though. I'm going to be honest.
Bob, when these fuckers do a Mandela Effect conference, I am doing a Paranormal Effect conference during the same time as these fuckers. I know I'm not going to get nobody watching my conference over their conference. I know that. People are going to say whatever in the chat, but they're going to run to these fuckers like it's nothing. Not all of you. There's some of you. Oh, Eric, they don't know what they're talking about. Really? After all the shit that I just showed you, the names that I have talked to the families of these people, and fuck, dude, and Google itself has put her face with Fiona Broome. They're all in on it to fuck you in the face, to make money off of you, and they don't even really truly believe in the Mandela Effect like we do. I'm gonna tell you something. You guys, I'm serious. Everybody should be subscribing to Maybe It's Mandela. Watch her channel. Watch her changes that she's seen. These are true changes. Comic-Con, true changes. Texas Danny, true changes. These people have true changes that I want and I respect. These people here who are considered your leaders, that does not even see a change. They are using a fake change to make money. Dude, I'm not just fucking saying this. I'm not lying to you. Check it out your fucking self.
Eric's mad at him.
No, and dude, Bob, I am tired.
I'm with you.
I'm tired of seeing YouTube channels saying, why aren't people waking up to Mandela Effect? Because it's a crackhead name that, and everybody knows is false. It was done by money people. So the real changes that are happening behind the scenes are never getting noticed. Are never getting fucking noticed. Because
for some people, it's always been happening. It's just something that's happened their entire life. It's always been happening. Some people have just realized it. I'm a new one to it, to 2016, so I'm fresh to it. It's like some people, it's been happening their whole lives. So it's just, you know, I don't believe these people as far as I can fucking spit. That's just they're you know, they're liars, they're con men, and to be anticipated. There's going to be so many con men out there. It's just they're going to be feeding more and more, and as people start realizing more and more of things that are not just 100% stable like they normally think, like, what is this? It's not correct to my mind. You're going to get more and more con men coming in and trying to. You know, because they're looking at people as we joke up, we take the piss out of it. We look at people as mental illness. I mean, that's the first label they get. So they're going to start saying, well, if they're mentally ill, they're going to want to hand over cash. It's easy to sucker in. But the thing is, that I want to tell people in the sidebar, those of you that see these things, you're not mentally ill. That's why you're okay. You're fine.
I got to make a comment on this.
Yeah.
Quantum Effect is better. Listen, the name, I will never, Love Tro, I will never use the name Quantum because that fucking guy named Quantum Businessman, that is a fucking total fake fraud in the world. He calls himself the Quantum Businessman, so I can never use the word quantum. I like the word quantum until Quantum Businessman, who's lying to your face to create book, who is the key money backer for the Mandela Effect conference, who pays for it to make money. Quantum Businessman who got himself in a fucking a space shuttle, space suit to shit in your face to call every other community a joke. And Bob, you're right. Doesn't matter if you're flat Earth or not. I'm not telling you, but Quantum Businessman took a shit in all these people's faces. So I cannot, in good faith, will ever use the word Quantum Effect just because of that fucker. But I love your thinking. I love your thinking out of the box. Love Tro, your thinking out of the box is awesome. You know, hey, here's another good channel. Hazel Fever has a good channel with special effect changes. That guy I could get behind. But I will never get behind a fake Fiona Broome who looks like Cynthia Sue Larson. Kind of weird, huh, Bob?
Yeah, quantum means small. It just means small in math. That's why I'm like, well, it's small. Well, I don't know about what I call it the douchebag effect. What am I? I know it's funny. One of my side guys on my show, it's different. I get people off drugs. That's my only job. But they call it the douchebag effect. I've been calling it the douchebag effect, not to insult anybody. I just use it for fun. David Bowie. Some people call it David Bowie effect because they remember David Bowie changing. All those fun little things. I mean, there's no name. Use whatever you want. The things change effect, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I got my own stuff. Again, something happened just recently. I don't want to give it a date or a time, but something changed significantly around recently. So,
is there a meaning behind the Alice effect? Mandela said, why do we call it Alice?
Yeah. Though some people use it. Alice effect. Actually heard that one, and that's not bad. The Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. Also, people use the butterfly effect. You know, stuff like that. You know, there's so many names. I have met people that have used the Alice effect. I've actually going, you know what? I ain't gonna put that down.
Now, Love Tro, that's better thinking than McMahon effect. Dude, hold on, Bob.
Yeah, what's that?
That's awesome. That is
the
McMahon effect. Yes,
The McMahon effect. The McMahon. Yeah, the McMahon. Yeah, some people use it. I like it too.
That is a
funny.
Mandela Effect.
Absolutely, it's one of the solid hard hitters. Yeah, it's one of the
that is the paranormal effect right there. McMahon effect. We all know Ed McMahon handed out checks. That is a paranormal effect.
The Ellis Island effect. I've heard people say it's the Ellis Island effect. I go, if you say Ellis Island effect to me, I'm going to say, yeah, I agree with you. The Alice effect. Yeah, I'm with you on the Alice effect. I won't put you down. If you say Mandela effect, I'm like, I don't want to. You know what it is? You know what Mandela effect is, Eric? It's an M and an E. It's 33. It's a numerical value. It's 33. It's the 3 points. It's 33, which is telling me that I was in the Freemasonry. I know about the numerology game that everyone plays. It's 33. So you're just saying something back to them that's making them laugh. With the number thing. Alice in Chains effect. There you go. I like it too. Yes, actually, yes.
I want to ask Alex. I want to ask Alex Tangi. I'm butchering your last name. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to do this. Alex, I'm looking at your picture. It's telling me that you're a flat Earth, and we love you. We don't care if you're a flat Earther or not. We don't care. We love all communities. Now, Alex, did you personally watch the Mandela Effect conference yourself? How did you feel that man, quantum businessman, was making fun of your community? I'm asking honestly, did you see that conference? Did that make you feel like shit when that man was making fun? And then there's a point I'm trying to get at why I'm asking Alex this question. Or Flat Card Music. I know you're a proud flat earther too. You have no shame about it at all. Did you feel ashamed when this man was making fun of your community? I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I'm asking this.
I got some other effect names too. I got some good effect names, Eric.
If any of you in the chat, if any of you are truly flat earthers, and I hope you are, I love you all. I love every single buddy in all communities. Did you guys feel you got shit on when that businessman, that quantum businessman, was making fun of
a nonprofit president? Don't forget, he's a CEO, nonprofit.
Mandela Effect conference. I heard it was a complete garbage. Okay, what I'm trying to get at, it's complete. It was a complete garbage. It was 100% garbage. But what I'm trying to get at, the name, he made fun of the flat Earth community. He did. He made fun. Nobody should be making fun of any communities because we should all love each other, all be proud to be one world, not separate world. We should all be one world and all love each other. Doesn't matter. I don't care, Bob. If you're in that one cult, I don't care if you're in a cult. As long as you're a good person, you treat me fair. That's all that matters to me. What I'm trying to get at is, if we hate him, if we hate this guy, Bob, if we hate this guy, quantum businessman, for taking a shit on flat Earth, then why do we praise the word Mandela Effect when the Mandela Effect people like them are shitting on the name Nelson Mandela itself? They're shitting on the name. Dude, 33. And you're like, no, they're not shitting on the name. Really? Here, where's that one picture? Where's that one picture? Hold on, now. You literally, hold on. I gotta find it.
Yeah.
Let me find it. Not look, fucking fake ass motherfucker. Hold on.
Damn, Eric, you're gonna go to town on this guy. I want to see you and him at it, man.
Hold on.
Throw down.
You're gonna tell me they're not shitting on Nelson Mandela? What the fucking eggs mean? In front of Nelson Mandela.
That's bad.
Dude,
that's a woman's garment.
Shitting on Nelson Mandela for the greatness that he's did. You're shitting on him.
That's a woman's.
I don't like to use the word white privilege. I don't. That's white privilege right there.
Right.
A man's name that was proven to be a false death. I just showed you the timeline. I showed you when he was in the hospital when that false news story came out. I showed you it. That is, and these people knew it. They were asked to change it too. They did not. In fact, that's making fun of the man. That's fucking white privilege. I'm white. I'm saying this.
Yeah. I did find some cool changes though.
I probably lost half my subscribers. Guys, I am not making fun of Mandela Effect. I believe in it 100%.
Let's move on. Let's move on to some changes there. We got to get off this. You're scaring the children. You did a hell of a job. You're scaring the Mandela Effect cult with the money making. Not the people, guys. Not the, we're joking about the conference people.
Scammers. The conference, Fiona Broome, who was using it for her own pickup, and the truth behind it is getting lost. And hey, people on YouTube channels are writing out why people waking up. That's the reason why.
Yeah,
that's
the nonprofit.
People, we got to start debunking all these fake ass people out there that's using Mandela Effect for their own money, for not speaking the truth. People, we all got to start waking up to this shit. That's why people are waking up, because of this. And nobody talks about it. Oh, but not that man on that show. Not that man. No, he didn't know about it. Oh, they all fucking knew about it. And we know it.
I'm going to say this, though. Here we go.
Asses. Stop kissing everybody's ass. We got to stop kissing asses.
So 1990s when he was released. Okay, so here we go. He was released in 1990.
You want
and he died in.
Do you want the exact date that he was released? Because maybe the dates, because you're the date guy.
Yeah,
you're the date guy. He was released April 13th.
I know.
April 13th in 1992.
Yeah, well, 1990.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No. That's when he broke up the marriage. No.
Yeah.
October 15th, 1989, when they released 8 prisoners. Then on February 2nd, Mandela was released from prison on February 2nd, 1990. In 1992, on April 13th, is when he broke up his marriage. I wrote down these dates, Bob, just to see if there's a familiar, with the dates.
Yeah, well, he got out in 1990, and then he died in 2013. So that's 23 years. That's 23. I'm starting it off with that. And now, again, I guys debunk the numbers, do the math differently. It's just a fun thing. So I'm going to go with this fun little change I've noticed. It's a fun thing. I was playing around my account. I had somebody pulled money out of my account. I had $133.23 left in my account. And so that's a weird number to have. And I'm looking at the numbers obscurely. So I have this weird thing in my head. So I've been looking at the 23s. That's why I sent you to the 23 thing. It don't mean anything. But so he got out in 1990, and then he died in 2013, which comes out to 23. Also, people are screaming. I've noticed 1985 now. 1985. I'm like, what's up with the 1985 thing?
That's when all the lies happened.
But if you do the math for 1 + 9 + 8 + 5, also comes out to 23. So these 23s kept rolling around with his weird ass thing. Also, his son died. His son died July 13th. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Yeah, his son died July 13th, 1969, his oldest son. And now his daughter just died of COVID in July 13th, 2020. So there's another set of 13s with him. It's some sort of, now again, I go back to comic book philosophy. Everything's a source code. It's impossible to get these numbers. You can't get these numbers. And so again, his oldest son died July 13th.
What is he right here? Flower Power says, say another date and see if he agrees with that.
Yeah, I knew who that is too.
Yeah, I know. He's a great guy. I want him on.
Again, what I'm going to say is everything I say, you debunk and tear it apart, because when it comes to math, everybody adds things fucking differently. And it comes out to the same damn, you can make a number out of anything. And that's why I'm doing this to debunk. So another thing with Nelson Mandela, we talk about, okay, hold on. What was it, February 2nd, which is 21/21/90 minus 13. Okay, hold on. So anyway, we're going down to.
I got this article up that you sent me about 23 fascinating facts about the number 23.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything here you want me to show.
The reason why I'm doing the 23s is because a lot of people have taken things out of context and they're adding things in a way where they're incorrect. So when it comes down to Nelson Mandela, These are the things they're using to signify it's got a meaning to it by saying, well, he got out in 90 and he died in 13. And so that's 23. And then also his daughter just died in July 13th, 2020. And they're doing the numerical thing on it. And then his son died. His first son died July 13th, 1969. And so I'm trying to show you guys, you could do these numbers any way and it could come out a different number. So this is to debunk. This is not to say, hey, there's a numerology thing rolling around here. So February the 2nd, 1990 was when he got out. 2290, which is 13. Again, we got these numbers rolling solid with the 23s. They've just found out. Now, this is brand new. I didn't know this. Now, his son was 35. I remember his son was 35 when he died in 1969. Eric mentioned his son, oldest son, died in 1969, and he was 35. Now, I just checked it. There was a weird-ass new spin around with this whole algorithm thing. It changed everything, ironically. Now, he died. Now he found out that he was born on the 23rd of February, 1994, which changes his birth date or what he is now. It's like, anyway, these things you got to really take a close look at with these. Eric, I got the 23s on there. The biggest changes for people out there, and this goes out for this is Mandela and then Tomicon. They're going to freak out on this one. They're going to freak out on the 23. A lot of people keep talking about 23. 23 comes out to, I know people are getting lost right now, but 23 comes out to 666. So the 23 keeps coming out to 666, but it doesn't anymore. It doesn't according to what I'm reading now. Now it's changed. It's not 666 straight through. It used to be 666 recurrence. I saw this on Saturday. It's actually it's 0.666666667. So there's your 7. Now it's got a 7. No longer a 666. It's a 666 and it's got a 7. It used to be 666 reoccurring. So a lot of people take 23 and they go, well, it's a 666. Now it's not. Now do your own research, debunk it. But now you're going to look up, people are like looking up 23 going, wait a minute now. It says 0.666666667. It's no longer 666. It's got a 7. So these are for you number people. These are for people that see numbers, that do the gematria, that do all the different numbers. You're going to freak out when you see the 7 now. You're going to like, what? It's a recurring 6. It's straight through the 6s. It's always been that way. It stops at a 7. So for some reason now, in whatever reality we live in, there seems to be a 7 dominant rolling around. Now, Moses himself was it 600 years old, 600 years old, 600 years old, and now he's 601, 7. I don't remember that ever coming up in the book, the good book, whatever you want to call it. Now he's got, here you go, 666 in reverse Sumatra, so I don't doubt they are changing. Yeah, I have a new number appear even when done on paper. Yeah, blows my mind. Thank you for not making me feel crazy. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. So be careful with these maths now. Be careful with certain things because so those of you that are doing numbers, this is the new one for me. I just found this out Saturday. I always thought 23 was an infinite set of 6s, like 6, all of a sudden it's a 7. So now, for whatever reason of this reality, for those of you that think like I do with the numbers, we're hitting the 7s. 7s. Why? Now there's 7 clean animals on the ark. There's 7 clean. God says, bring 7 clean animals and 2 unclean animals. Now we have 7. There's no more 2x2s. There's 7s. More and more 7s. So Eric, I had to throw that in a real fast. I had to do like I had to do a mind blower. I had to do a mind blower. I just found that out. I found out because my fucking account was low.
I think people are probably tired of me anyway, but it's not that I have a lot of aggression, but I get sick and tired. Like, say you type in Mandela Effect, right here. There's an example. You type in Mandela Effect, right? You want to hear articles. Almost every fucking article, the term Mandela Effect was coined by self-described paranormal consultant Fiona Broome, who has written on her website that she first became aware. Almost every article always mentioned this false person, and it just drives me crazy. The South African human rights activist President Nelson Mandela died in prison, and I hate seeing this person everywhere basing her whole idea off of fake and fraud, and they knew about it and they did nothing about it. I'm tired of it, and not enough people are speaking about it.
Yeah, just stick with me. You guys will be fine. I'll give you guys the skinny. Stick with a few of us. There's like a handful of people you guys can actually watch.
I agree, Flata Carter, because the AI
is real skinny on it.
The AI is dishonest. The thing is, right. The AI, I get that. AI is dishonest. It's not that the AI is dishonest. They sound these certain articles to get out, but you got people like Fiona Broome, Quantum Businessman, Cynthia. They're all being dishonest themselves. They're using the AI information word on purpose. See, the AI is releasing this stuff because they know there's idiots are gonna use the phrase for their own money. And why the government and stuff ain't stopping none of this? Because we're made ourselves look stupid by using the Mandela Effect, because they're making TV shows making fun of people with Mandela Effect because they know it's a false name. And it's just like, we got to start waking people up, but we can't use the word Mandela Effect because they're going to look at you like you're nuts.
Remember, Erica, people that already have this, they don't need to be woken up. Now, you're going to see people see numbers.
You want other, that's what everybody does, right? Bob, YouTube shows all the time says, wake up to Mandela Effect. Or you hear this all the time. Everybody is awake. They just don't know it. Well, you're not going to wake people up with that fucking word. You're just not.
Yeah, you're not going to. No. Again, and if you, I always tell people, they say, if you either are or you're not. There's no middle ground. If you are, then you're just kind of laughing at other people that are like, you're getting up in the morning to take a piss. All of a sudden, you hit you look at the alarm. The alarm says it's 11:33 or it's 3:30 in the morning. You can't, there's no probability of chance of seeing that number. There's just no way it happens. People that see the numbers just see the numbers. You feel fucking crazy. You're not. There's plenty of us. Well, not plenty of us. Probably any of us, but very small few of us are actually getting constant numbers. That's enough for you, because if God's going to talk to you, he's going to talk to you in basics. He's not going to do serious math. He's going to do basic math. He's going to do basics. You're going to get a communication from the back of the turtle, whatever you want to call the lampshade, or whatever the grand designer you want to call it has a name. I don't know what the name is, but you're going to get those codes coming into you, and source codes, matrix codes. Those numbers will come to you all the time. You don't need any of anybody else fucking doing these Fiona Broome shit on you. So remember those things. And there's recently, again, this 23 thing just hit me on the weekend. Like, I had no choice to research it. When I saw the 7, that's weird. That's weird, man. Where did the 7 come from?
Well, Bob, you even found an article to talk about the number 23.
Yeah, the whole thing is about it. The whole damn thing about it. But now the 23s are 7. So every time you see those 23s, for anything that goes 23, you got to remember it ends in a 7 now. So it's no longer 6s, no more triple 6s for any of these things. So if you've got the 23 thing, I think they even Jim Carrey made a movie about being obsessed with 23s. Tesla was obsessed with 23. There's a lot of fucking famous people that were obsessed with 23 because it runs the gamut of 6s. Comes straight through in my time. But now it hits a 7 mark. It stops at a 7. After look it up yourself.
The Black Sheep researcher wrote, "You guys should have me on sometimes. Read, I'm off video. Won't make yourself." Listen, we invite anybody to come on future shows. If you want to come on a show and to discuss in a good manner, not making fun of communities and stuff, I'll have you on. Just email me here.
Yeah.
We'll pick a date and you tell us what's your conversation, what you like to talk about, and then we'll try to wrap a show around what you want to talk to the world about. We don't censor anybody. We'll give anybody a shot. Because and the sad thing about that, guys, I have done that because I have let certain people on before. I have been shit on. People have left the channel for a belief that I want to give everybody a shot, everybody a chance to speak. But when you do that, and if it's somebody you don't like, you're gone. You shit on me. You shit. But I will never, as a promise to you guys, I will never back away from that. I will give everybody a shot one time to come on. Now, what you do with that shot is up to you.
It's the president. Things are going great. Just keep repeating 33s.
And look,
do the 33 thing.
And one last thing to Black Sheep. Vladicar Music.
Right in at 77.
Vladicar Music says Black Sheep Research has an awesome body of knowledge. He will be an excellent guest. You got a back. You don't even need a backing from Vladicar Music. I would invite you on anyway. But Vladicar Music says your thumbs up, dude. Your thumbs up. So just email me. Tell me what you want to talk about as a topic, and we'll wrap a show around you. Noah. I'm trying to tell him about Noah. When Noah got land, he was 600, and when he reached where he was supposed to be at, he was 601, which is now 7. Trying to explain people about the 7 thing. The 6s are now 7s, 6s and 7s, and 6s and 7s are now 13s. So 6s and 7s are 6 and 7s are 13s. Gosh, everybody, and also, Anyway, Judah sold out Jesus for 13 silver coins. 13 silver coins. Oh, let's do this. We got like 7 minutes left. I don't want to get on to another subject. I think I said my piece, and I'm never going to end my piece. I'm going to keep pushing the paranormal effect. I am literally going to go after the Mandela Effect community, or not community, the conference people for being false prophets, being false everything. But beyond that, let's do a Q&A for the last 7 minutes. What do you guys ask us a question? Ask Bob a question, ask me a question, or just ask the show itself a question. Put your questions in there now, and we'll try to answer it.
Do astronomy. I like astronomy. Talk about Bennu. Ask me about Bennu. I
would love to have Blackshear and Tomicon together. Tomicon is fucking anytime he wants. That guy, I'm saying this. I don't care what anybody says. Tomicon is the real deal. He's one of the guys I trust the most. If I have a question about Mandela Effect, I would actually go to Bob, Tomicon, and ask these guys first.
Yeah.
Because Tomicon is not to you. I respect Tomicon so much. Even himself, I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but even people themselves got so tired of all the bullshit that's going on that has left sometimes a lot of these people because he got tired himself of what's all the fucking shit that's going on. And I'm tired of it too. I'm tired of getting shit on for being open-minded, having people on my show that other people didn't want on. Fuck you. I'm going to give everybody a chance. Dude,
I'm an asshole. I enjoy it.
Joan Torres, you got to come on the show. Dude, you come on the Horror Talk show. I don't care if it's Horror Talk. I want you, my friend, on this show. Because you know the truth about Bob. You know that Bob has had hand jobs from aliens.
Yeah, that's what I've had. Like Genesis 9:13, guys, 9:13, which is 13. It used to be a rainbow. When Noah showed up, it was a rainbow. Now it's a bow. Just a bow. Just throwing it out you guys. 9:13.
It's funny. I had an email, Taurus. That somebody said, you got to get Taurus on your show because he's a funny guy in the chat. And Bob and I'm like, yeah, I want him on too. So Taurus, any day you have a day off, you let us know. You're on, buddy. And I want to hear I know, come on, Taurus, you know you got molested by an alien too. We want to hear that story.
Everybody does at least once in their life. Come on. Aliens are nice like that. Mine were the Palladians. I like the Palladians. They wear tight outfits and they're real big. And
question. Did you get a probe? For myself, I never remember getting a probe. I have remembered getting frozen where I couldn't move. But Bob has had marks on his body that he feels that it is from alien. And Bob does feel that alien did take DNA. So Bob, she's asking basically, this is your question. Did you get a probe? So Bob, did you get probed?
Actually, no, I did the probing. So I'm the prober. I'm a prober. I do the probe. I have my own ship. Actually, I'm from the USS Blue Ridge LCC 19. In 1993, I was sent through time and space. That's why I have a TARDIS. So actually, what you guys seeing in the big black hole is actually the TARDIS blew up, and so now I'm 1,000 years old, if not longer than that, and I'm just bouncing through fucking time and space in different bodies. So that's what's happening. So I accidentally fucked things up a little bit. When I got here, I had tinnitus. I also had jaundice because my liver was shot. I had yellow eyes, and then my gut was fucked up. My back was crippled, but now I have no problems. Eric knows. Even my cavities reversed itself. I've turned 50, and I feel like I'm fucking 16 years old. So I fuck up everything when I got here. The whole damn Mandela Effect is my fault. I fucked it up. I fucked it. I fucked the whole. I like corn.
Well, our other friend,
I fucked everything up, Eric.
Our other friend, Peroxidux on oxides. I always fuck up his name. I'm sorry. He wrote. Well, you guys are both victims of the Greys. I don't know. I don't know. I was frozen once, but I never felt probed, so I don't know if I was a victim or not. But that's the thing is sometimes you can be a victim, and they what I've heard and learned through Grandpa's World, through Bob, that they try to make you think you were never, but sometimes memories, kind of like paranormal effect, that those old memories comes back that you remember. So
I got PTSD from it.
Do you feel you were a victim of the Greys?
Well, see, what I actually had a ship, my own ship, and then I went to the world of the Zeta Reticula, where I had personally abducted them. So I've been abducting the Greys for a long time to make humans, because when I got sent back in time, there were no actual humans. So I had to abduct Greys, which are all females by birth, and I had to procreate with the Greys to make humans. This was like 4.5 billion years ago. So you guys are a product of the Greys and me fucking them. I'm sorry about that. I had no choice. So I've been abducting them. They're a little bit like wanting to do a little revenge back on me, but I wake up. You can't mess with me. So they're a little bit mad. Don't blame them. I abducted them. I abduct them all the time. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oh, we got time. Okay, we got time for one more question, and then it's about my 2-hour mark. Tell me what you know regarding the Orsini bomb. This is going to be the last question of today. So, Bob, he's asking, what do you regard of the Orsini bomb?
I knew who that is.
Oh, I knew that is too.
I don't know about it. I actually don't know. Nice to meet you again.
Orsini bomb. Let me type that in.
One of the toughest motherfuckers out there. I'll tell you right now. He's one of the toughest motherfuckers out there. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about the Orsini bomb.
Well, let's look it up.
Okay.
That's a great question. I love that because I don't know anything about Orsini bomb. Here we go.
What's an Orsini?
Is there? Hold on. Is there like Wikipedia? Orsini bomb was a terrorist-improved explosion device built by and named after Felice Orsini and used as a hand grenade on January 14th, 1858, in an unsuccessful attack on Napoleon III.
What the fuck?
The weapons were somewhat commonly used by anarchists in later half of the 19th century in Europe. The surplus bombs were also used by Confederacy during the American Civil War. The design is a resistant model of impact fuse grenades. So that's the picture? That's it? Wow.
So, no. Okay,
That's all.
I know who this is. I'm going to be honest with him, so he can write this.
It looks like a coronavirus.
It does look like a coronavirus. I'm going to tell him what I know, and I mean he'll believe me or not believe, which is he debunks, which is what he's awesome. World War II, right? World War II, they had them. It's sad to say, but they used dolphins. They use dolphins with these things to find them, and he'll know what I'm talking about. They're calling it a Mandela Effect, people. I'm like, no, when I was in San Diego, Sand Dog, I had to feed dolphins when I was processing out. Now, back in he'll know what I'm talking about. This is where people that are like, I call Jedi level. In 1995, the United States government shut down around October. In this present place, it shut down around November for like 6 days. Back in my time, it shut down when I was processing out in 1995. The United States government shut down in around October. And so I was feeding dolphins, and these dolphins were specific on the base. He'll know what base it was on. He'll know what the dolphins and what people had trained dolphins. Went out to look for these particular things. Now they've had these around. I remember around England, in World War II, man, and you know that in World War II. So that's what I know about these things. That's as far as it goes. That's it. There was, and I'm gonna say this. There was. Okay, you have to look it up in depth. I am going to look it up.
If I don't know it, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to people in the chat. If I don't know something, look it up. But because of you, we were looking it up, and I just learned something. This is fucking awesome.
I'm gonna tell him this. Now at the Museum of Flight, the back when you had the biplanes, okay, before they had any gun mounts, and you know what I'm talking about. They had the Caproni. The Caproni was the first plane to have any machine gun mounted, and it was after that they had the chain mech that went with it. But before that, the Caproni out of Italy had the first machine gun. Before that, they dropped grenades, they dropped spikes, they dropped things. They had one particular prototype of a grenade that's lit with a fucking wick that had little spikes on it. And we're talking little spikes that would stick into the fabric of the plane. It's not like, it's kind of similar, but it's like a little grenade thingy. And they rarely used it. In fact, but not like what they're talking about. So I know about that one. This is back in World War I. The little spiky grenades, they tried to use them, but sometimes they blew up in the plane, so they didn't use them. You understand that? They blew up more often in the plane than they're worth, so they weren't put to use.
Wow, they did look like the ones they put in the water.
They put in the water outside the areas in World War II. That was it, man. That was like the extent of it. And again, with the dolphins, I'm talking about to look. I'm gonna look.
We are gonna end the show today. I had a great fucking time, and I do apologize again. Tomorrow, I can't do a show tomorrow. I actually got some things I have to do. I know most Tuesdays, but we'll be back Wednesday. And guys, I want to appreciate every single one of you who stayed with us. Are we frozen? I hope not. I can see me on the iPad, but I want to thank you guys. And this channel has always been about researching, doing your homework. I'm never here to tell you new things. I'm here to study. Bob's here to study and give us his knowledge. And I was just tired of seeing fakes out there. All this, it just bums the hell. And I was the one getting beat up by why I have this guy, because hey, I don't give a fuck who I have on the show. I want to learn everybody's point of view. I want to learn the truth. And when people come on my show, when they're liars, I'm going to call them out as liars. When I did my research, one person, I'm not going to name this one woman, but who said that she wrote articles and she was over there, and I did my study, found out they weren't. That's just fucking dishonestly. I don't like dishonest people like that. If you don't know it, you don't know it. Okay. But I don't know what the subject's going to be yet for Wednesday. I'm working on that now. But I want to say thank you guys for listening to me, listening to my rant. And I apologize if you guys didn't like it. But sometimes the truth's got to be spoken. Bob, you got the last word.
Yeah, I just want to throw this. This is out for. I'm welcome with a Jedi in the sidebar. He also is aware of, and some of you guys might want to, or if you not remember the Portuguese cork gorillas, the gorillas, the Portuguese cork gorillas. If you guys don't know what that is, that's weird because I know all about the Portuguese cork gorillas. He'll know exactly what it is.
This is very different. This is a new retroactive bomb that politically changes power for women and black people. It's constantly changing events. You're welcome to PS. And only thing I recommend
I know you did.
only thing I recommend anybody to do, I think all of you should email this and say this picture is a disgrace. It's a disgrace to the Mandela Effect community that is now the Paranormal Effect community. This is a disgrace to the people of Africa, and they should be ashamed of themselves. I'm telling you right now, you should email this conference people saying this is a shame. And I'm ending it like this. This is a shame. And Cynthia, your quantum business, you guys should be ashamed of yourself of dishonoring this awesome man who did great things to this fucking world, and you're dishonoring him. So anybody don't like what I just said? I don't give a fuck. Go have a nice life. All right, guys. That's it for today. We love you all. And we're going to end the show with a great song from Flat Accord Music, who made this song for us. We want to say thank you, Flat Accord. Thank you for making us music.